And I am live by the looks of it. Seems to be working. Okay, so I'm going to have to pull up some music and stuff, but I do have to resize my windows because I have got various stuff that's just not lined up. So this is what we're working on. If you see here, that is without all the background. I don't know how the background's going to be showing. It wouldn't display very well on one display, but on the one it's on now with OBS, it does display fine. So that's a thing. As I say, just got to get another YouTube window most likely, because that is what I use. Stream avatars. Now, I don't know, where did I put stream avatars? I put it on a display and it's clearly running, so there we go. Got that up now. Can just maneuver that to that corner of the window. This is also kind of an Indiana Jones reference, if you will. Perhaps it's not drawn it very well, but that's like what it's supposed to be in reference to. And there we go. I think that'll do. So then we go, let's click on that. Should be ready to go now, like 6 minutes late, but anyway. I can zoom with that actually with the key dial. I've got the stream avatars. There we go. They all appear to be working. Well, I say that, I've just moved them off the screen, so I can't even tell if they're working in OBS. Yeah, anyway, back to this now. I've been playing around. We do not. But this is what I got for now. I do have to, like, I've taken the pose. Needs to be a cheese there, but I just tried to make a glove hand because hands are hard to draw quickly and I don't know if I'll have time. Still, bush size. Let's get this right up so we can select all of this, hopefully. It's not dropping frames, which is interesting, despite me pushing the machine here at my 128,136 by 80,085 pixel resolution, because I'm using the good stuff here. As you can see, my PC perhaps doesn't like using the good stuff. YouTube is not receiving enough video. Okay, that doesn't look good. Just double check here. Stream status poor. I mean, it doesn't say it's dropping frames in OBS, so that's odd. Could it be it messed up my Wi-Fi card? I don't know, because it was fine. Just give me a moment. That's my antivirus. Now, should this continue streaming? I don't know. I need to do something about this. Stream is excellent now, so I fixed it. Good. I don't know what would have gone wrong there, but it is now working. I did go and simplify vectors. It doesn't seem to have done anything to the head. Have I got it on such a tiny amount? I may have got it on really tiny amount because, you know, if I use that, I think lowering that will have a correct effect, I hope, at least. So if I do that just to the head, which is a bit of a wrong shape, it's just like I need to reduce the vector points. So I mean, like, I didn't test this, and it's not giving me drop frames, which I honestly feared. I think I need to turn this up to a higher number because it isn't working enough, kind of thing. Different resolutions generally mess with it, different pen sizes, all that. So, almost. So what we're on now? So we're on 20. I can try 25. That should hopefully be enough. Hopefully not too much. Yeah, that kind of oversimplified it. For the head, it's fine. Like, in this case, it doesn't really matter. So maybe go, like, 22. I think we'll be good there. So... come on. Yeah, you see, this higher resolution, the PC does not like it, but I'm not dropping frames, which is kind of surprising. If this was still on the GeForce 710 from back in the day, yeah, that would have struggled. This is a lot better than a 710. It's a workstation card, and you do need a very small card to even fit in this system. You need like a single slot half height card. That's all it will fit. It's better than just being restricted to integrated video though, or whatever I would have been on a laptop, because then I would have been stuck with like a GPU from 2017, 2018, so that wouldn't have been ideal. Just try and wipe this off. I think because I was filling my bottle up. Yeah, so that's done it about right. Like, it is at times a little sharp-edged, but I think I can fix that myself by just going over like that. That's fixed it. So we have a basis here, as I say. I think I want to, like, round that off a bit. I think that will look better. And there we go. So we've got that. Yeah, I'm not used to drawing bold characters at all, so that's why there was no top of the head. Just cut corners where I can. And ultimately, if I'm putting hair there anyway, it just has to vaguely resemble a head shape. And that's typically good enough for me. It is not good enough in this case, though. So we're going to need to add another control point. I think I'm getting somewhere with it. Like just one swooping line of overhead is very flat. There's no other way of really saying that. It is flat until I do something about it. Hopefully this looks okay. I mean, I do not know what I'm doing particularly. Just no hair and I just completely run out of ideas. There's probably not meant to be a nose, but I don't think it'll hurt to have a little bit of a nose bump. Because that's just like part of the natural shape of most heads. There we go. Very flat-fronted head. I mean, I don't feel that looks right. So we're going to go add control point there. I think if I round this off a little. That is about as good as I can get for now. You see, I'm making this larger. Like, I get it. That is not the actual shape. Please configure both streams. Okay, it's good. Like, stream status is just good, so acceptable probably. What have we got in the template I've made? Okay, so this is the hand, or what's supposed to be the hand. We've got hopefully. You know what? The hand anatomy was just completely messed up actually, so something like this. Again, I'm just like playing around with the ideas at the moment until I finally get this to make sense. So we've got that. The hand is like going out. I've not actually got the original photo on here. Although granted, to be honest, it's probably best I don't steal from it too much. I made this template layer, which don't know if it's visible on there. It should be visible, but yeah, that's basically just the original photo I took, and I traced it and made some like slight changes so it demonstrates the anatomy a bit better than just a trace of a photo. So we've got this, which is now simplified and much easier to work with than it was before. That is supposed to be a sleeve. I have ideas to make it buff. Probably not very good ideas, but ideas no less. So we'll go delete control point. So I'm thinking if we go like this, can probably actually switch corner here. That will give me another vector point of sorts. And something's fallen over. I think it's another drawing tablet. I've got a drawing pad, I guess, because it's not got a display. Is the camera still positioned? I think it is. I'm just concerned that it's like gonna lose that. I mean, I know it wasn't a huge bump or anything, but still, I do wonder how much memories I am using. Unfortunately, I can't see it so well here. I could try minimizing OBS just briefly, so then it displays. Yeah, so I'm using 33 gigs of RAM. And that is nowhere near my 128 limit, but I have pushed this to, just yesterday I pushed this to I think it was like 70 or something. It uses a lot of memory, so I am kind of getting my money's worth. Just at these higher resolutions, like we're talking about over 80,000 pixels in either direction, because this is I'm serious about this. So, you know, it's like one of the things most people won't bother with. I do bother with it because I have a power of an i7 from 2017. Because the i9, which is from 2020, would not actually work with all this memory. Yet, this one will. Because that's how logic works. I quite like this. Yes, it's just like I thought, I have an i9, I'm going to use that. No, it failed. I should not have tried using the i9, I should have just stuck to the old i7. Oh, old, yes, I can't really see it as old. To me, 2013 was only 3 years ago. So, there we go. Get this lined up like so. Hopefully that'll look a bit better. I think if I go and like grab that, move it round, try something like this as I have a reference, so I have something to go off of. There we go. So, because buff, we get that. We're going to switch corner on here. Yes, I finally remembered where the stuff was. And add control point. I have actually, how I'm doing this, I've got the left click, is it? No, the right click of the mouse assigned to this Huron key dial. So, saves a bit of work having to go over to the mouse and click it, or mess around with the pen, because I don't like trying to use the right click on there. It just feels a bit odd to me. But having a little key here, I can do that, and then I can quite efficiently use both hands to work quicker and more effectively. Like if we have the tools, you might as well use them. I actually bought this key dial because There's no controls on this tablet you might be able to see here, but there's no controls like up the side here or up the side here, so key dial has to fulfill that role. That's why I bought it when I bought the tablet, but it's actually worked out for me. This has a lot of controls. I can even control the volume from here, and I have not got any music, which I should really have. I mean, I opened up the I opened up what's it called to get the music up, and I didn't do it. Like 15-ish minutes into the stream, and I still haven't got music. So this is what we want now. That's the advert, which I don't want. So we can skip that now. I don't know how well this will be for volume. I've got it on full on the player here. Now we have Forza Motorsport 4 music. Trying to just use music that other people don't use. Yeah, that does not look like a hand at all. I have not got drop frames. Somehow I've not got drop frames. Yay. I do need to use the... So the vector reduced. I need to add this, so that's on the wrong setting. I want that one so it cuts up to the line, like so. There's other stuff I could grab, but I don't know. Like, as I say, I'm going to use the same tricks here a few times that I've got to try and emphasize the muscularness, which I'm not very good at, but I can try. So, I mean, I do have a key to switch between the pen and eraser. I also have a key to switch to the object tool. I should use these more, you know. I just get so used to using the mouse, and then it's actually hard to take the easy way out because I got so used to taking the difficult way out. So we have a line here that I'm going to need to use. So, okay, I think I'm getting this. I think I'm getting where I can go with this. That is one line, but if I go with add control point, let's just move that somewhere like there. And then we can go add another control point. I think if I like round this a little. Everything I do has to be rounded, which is maybe not the best idea, but I don't draw straight lines all that well. There we go. I didn't vector reduce that or that. I was sure I did. Go with a smaller bush size here. This should do the job. There we go. I think because it's a smaller like area of line, it didn't actually lag my PC wildly, and it didn't give me drop frames, so it weren't doing that anyway. I don't know, it could be lagging the CPU, it could be lagging the GPU, but I do know I was having frame drops with a GT 710, and that was a video card, so not the CPU. So there we go. It's giving me messages from the antivirus that I don't want to bother with now. Okay, so that leg looks fine. This one looks like it goes in too much here. So if I move that just a little, I don't think I want it to be sharp, like change angle or whatever, change vector corner. This line isn't going to be seen, so that only needs to go so far. I can use it to just get, like, again, as I say, a more natural looking curve. But I don't want to keep that there because it will just look off. And I've gone switch corner, even though I said I didn't want to do that. I don't. Bringing up ads. I do have a solution. It's not a very good solution, but it is a solution. This should do it. Okay, that's good. I think that audio is leveled up on OBS. I should have really checked this. Oh dear, oh dear. Hopefully I can get this done either this stream or the next one. Just something little to work on. I don't think I need loads of time. Yeah, so I did have the shoes on the template. I just didn't do them this time round. I can lock a template, which I didn't do, which is kind of stupid. And why is it taking so long to just lock a layer? I'm going to save this when I get the chance. I just hope it don't take too long to save. Actually, I do have to test something on the streams while that's doing its job. Let's give this a try. See if the gamble command works. Because I did change that. Did change the slots. There we go. Finally, it's doing its job. Thing is, my the limbs I draw are usually unrealistically small, so all I have to do is use normal human proportions, I feel, and with my style it will end up looking buff. That's what I'm leaning on here. I mean, Orella is the only buff character I have, and you can't actually see the muscles because of the outfit. Which may or may not be an excuse to my inability to draw them. So I can kind of get the silhouette right. I'll fall flat on my face after that. I mean, if I have 2 streams to do this, I could always go back and work with the shading and stuff to try and make it look more believable. So we'll go switch corner. There we go. There is actually a lot of points here. It's almost like I haven't sorted it properly. Time to grab the simplify tool then. Please don't take too long. I do need to save. Gamble didn't work. Does slots work? I just have to try and make sure, because the commands before have been weird, so if slots doesn't work, I can try gamble. If gamble doesn't work, I can try slots, I can try capitalization and stuff. Okay, so slots doesn't appear to be doing anything from what I can see. Sometimes it likes a capital letter at the start, for reasons I can't understand in the slightest. It just likes being like this. Need the reference image to learn from. And I've paused the music. There's worse things to happen, I guess. Windows does not like me grabbing the thing I'm supposed to actually use to move the photo viewer. There we go. Okay, gamble and slots are not working. This is just weird. So we've got ah yes, so that's the thing about the design. I mean, I think this image is cropped, but I used the highest resolution I could find and it was still less than 720p. Could have even been upscaled. Yeah, that's why like everything looks pixelated. I did this on a vector layer, but I did it in a vector layer on Ibis Paint. It ultimately doesn't matter too much because all I'm using it is as a reference. So, you know, as long as it's smooth enough that I can work with these higher quality vector lines. So we need them like so. The socks, if I can get them correct. That looks just strange. So we've got the overall curve like that. I think I'm getting it now. So if I go like so, that looks a little better. I'm still not sure of what I'm doing, but it's something. And they're the shoes we need. This is not Sakura. Like, I designed her to basically be near impossible to draw. So this is actually a much easier design for me. Even with the muscles I have to draw, which I'm not good at all. Okay, I have an idea. So we've got the shoes like that. Like, everything is going to have to be forced to line up in some respect. I'm not great at that. YouTube is not... Okay, I've got a poor connection apparently. Just let me check something. Will this help me? It's still apparently not dropping frames. But I suspect YouTube might be. OBS doesn't say there's any dropped frames. Viewers will experience buffering though. Is that all? Does it just mean there's going to be a delay? I don't know, like I could go and dive into OBS and adjust the settings, but these things be strange sometimes. And I lost the reference image in trying to do that one thing I did. Okay, I opened the AMD software, which you probably won't see, but that's where I've got the performance metrics, and I've got it on window capture, so I don't need it at the front, and as much as that might save me some messing around, there are implications to having it back there where it's out of sight. So we've got, yeah, I've got those shoes on the same. Now, I believe this one will probably go something like that because of the way it's facing. Is that gonna work? I really don't know. These shoes, I think I've just drawn them a bit off. So we've got that. There we go. That's a little better, I think. I'm still gonna have to take some creative liberties, I believe, to even get this thing working. That can be the sole of the shoe. Just trying to get the angle correct. It still just looks really off. I'm going to need to also get the simplify tool. I am now also using the mouse because I feel like it. It does judder a bit more, especially since I think this is 800 or 1000 DPI. It's not the highest DPI mouse. I'll probably pull out the Lenovo one eventually to this side of things. I was using that before, but I've not got it up now. Got the Logitech B110, which is apparently different from the B100. I think I also have a B100. Somewhere I have a B100. I have a wireless mouse, which I didn't even know I had right here, but not my B100. I did put that down somewhere around here, and it's just not here now. I also have my PS2 one, which that doesn't plug into a USB port. I'm not sure. I don't think it even stretches out here. It's just a black, kind of generic looking mouse. And I'm getting distracted. I should not be getting distracted. This is probably going to take a little bit of time to perfect. So I feel like I've slightly misaligned my reference. That's the first thing I should mention. So we're going to go split line. I'm going to just keep that there so I can like delete it effectively and it doesn't just get lost. There we go. I don't know if that looks decent at all. I can probably realign these shoes completely. That was another thing I can actually try and do, because the leg doesn't have to exactly like follow these sausages I've made for reference. Like, I seem to be following it religiously, and I really should not be. That's odd. That vector line just isn't simplified in very oddly specific ways. It's like I just totally ignored that line. There we go. So that can go out like that. The legs should be wider at the top. Like, that is just a natural thing about legs. They're smaller at the base than they are at the top. But I don't want it to go to the extreme. Should also like go out in the middle because muscle. So there we go. This is going to make the whole feet a lot more natural in where they fall. This is also like too many vector points. Can go with a slightly smaller brush size. I say brush, it's really like a highlight size. Resize for vector lines is such an interesting tool. Not interesting, it's such a useful tool to have just available to me. So we'll go delete control point. There we go. Yeah, I might have to restart Stream Avatars to try and get my gamble command working. I messed with this stuff. I probably shouldn't have messed with this stuff at work. But you know what? I did. So... apparently I've got a good connection now. Which is something. Can try and just adjust that. So I don't know, like there has to be a certain curve to denote that the leg is the way it is. So it's kind of, we're kind of seeing the back of the leg as of this image. So we want it to show more sharply on the edge. I'd say we're seeing maybe the back and slightly the left of it. That looks off, but not the most. So, there we go. That one is somehow really far to that side. So that's a thing that happened. I believe I could just pivot that. There we go. This is also not like lining up as I want it to. I mean, if nothing else, I should get the line art done today. The hat does basically need copying. I made sure to put plenty of detail into that when I was copying the original because, well, it needs to be copied. Like, there's not really another way of doing that. 36 minutes in already, that's something. Yeah, Stream Avatars, I was going to, mess around with this. So we've got bot commands. We'll go slot machine. Do I need to put exclamation point gamble on the thing? No. What I think has happened before, I have to put a capital in the Stream Avatars command. And then it will work. I think it did that with the Sakura 8-ball overhaul thingy I did. So we've got... I'll enter it now as I entered it. See, oh. That's one way. Like, I did gamble the last 2 times. I didn't put a currency. Or a Guycoin amount in. So... I don't know, also I need to pay attention. Yes, okay, gamble bought it up. So I can also try... Is it going to win me? No, I didn't win anything. So... Gamble 1, but without a capital. Let's see if the gamble command works. So what's it, my Gumi should gamble anytime now. So what I'm seeing here, this has to actually kind of line up with the sock above it. So we want a similar kind of curve, and then maybe I'll get something. I don't know, it looks more like a boot than it's supposed to. Although, something we can try is just generally lowering this. Something like that. Now, that's not ideal, but it's something. Again, just pivoting this reminds me of drawing animal ears, which I'm also not very good at. And I've deleted the wrong thing. I meant to just delete this one vector point. The control point, as it calls it. So that's a thing. Honestly, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with it, how this is turning out. Although granted, by the looks of it, that should actually curve. There we go. I don't know if I'll call this good enough. I think it needs to like go down like so. Something along those lines. That looks better than it did. And then I mean I can have that go along here. Go switch corner, yeah, that would be it. Okay, so that's a thing. I mean, you can see it looks better than it perhaps could for my standards. I don't think I've completely destroyed it, but I could have done better, I don't doubt. There we go. And can kind of see the motion and everything in there, I think. Granted, as I say with camera angle, that needs to be closer. Although I do need to use a simplified vector tool around about this part of the drawing, because I can tell there's a lot of vector points here that just need reducing. There we go. There's some gaps. They're not in important areas or anything. So we'll go, maybe select that. We'll go delete control point. I do need these to be larger though as they go. I don't know if I was distracted. I don't know if gamble didn't work with the capital without the capital. I don't think this is supposed to be like angled like I am doing it, and that would be a mistake on my part. I just get so used to having that angle after doing that animation that it just feels natural to me. I have a good stream apparently, but it's not brilliant. OBS still says no dropped frames, so that's a thing that maybe will help me. And I'm like 45 minutes in and I've not got very far at all. There we are. So we'll go split this line. There we go. I could have done worse there. So everything appears to be working. I mean, I don't know, it says the stream's online. It should be online. I do not know if that works, but I'm hoping it does somewhat. I feel like also, yeah, because of just the angle, we need a smaller gap here than earlier on. It just gives that kind of perspective. Again, we can go split line. Oh, I have a delete key. That's a quicker way of doing things, as my past self clearly realised, but I didn't do anything about it. There we go. Then we've got to sorry. We've got to do that. I'm still not so sure this is as good as it should be, but as I say, time is going on and I only have so much to do this with on the stream. I really do want to get into colouring process, ideally at least today, to get to a stage where I can colour, because it just makes sense to try and use my time as best as I can. Yeah, that should be less angular. Not everything needs to be angular. Just a lot of it. That will do. Almost. I mean, because of the overall angling and how it's set up, just I'll move that out a bit. That's better. That's better than I started, I'll give it that much. So, yeah, we have all that going on. So, I think I know what I can do next. Which isn't going to be as good as using a text tool for, like, accuracy, I guess, but... Okay, I don't know. I don't know if that falls into place as well as it should. I guess it looks like it's too far out, so if we go like that... I think that might actually just be all I need. I do need to do the hat now. I'm not going to resize the vectors of this at the moment, but going to try and do the most faithful recreation I can. I mean, this is from the photo, but there's always bound to be differences because, I say photo, I guess technically screenshot. The movie screenshot. Oh, and naturally, as you can see, my hand doing that my hand thing and smoothing everything over. So this hat will be moved. I'll make that much clear. Vector lines make this a whole lot easier. I mean, as I say, I tried to use a vector line originally, but Ibis Paint with vectors is just not the same as Clip Studio with vectors. Ibis, all it does is it lets you resize stuff more easily, and it can quite frequently just mess stuff up in a way that you just don't have going on with the fancy vector lines in Clip Studio. And this isn't even like a new version of Clip Studio or anything. At least my this will hide my insufficiencies to drawing bald things, people. I don't know. So I think this needs stretching out because the head's a different size. The proportions, as long as they stay vaguely the same, it should all work. I think, just looking at this, other than being scared of the sheer number of vector points, I should just be able to pivot that and then it might work. I mean, at least this is one thing having the head shape is very useful for. There we go. Like, I don't know if that looks decent. Hopefully it does. Ah, yes, for cheese. That thumb is too big. If that's meant to be the thumb. I mean, at this point, I don't know. I'm unlikely to draw full hands. Mainly because I think I can just get it to work and look half decent like this. So, have I even done this correctly? So we're looking at, that would be this hand when viewed like, basically, so it's like that to the camera somewhat, which would, yes, the thumb would be on the top. Granted, I do feel I need to change this a bit more. Just little mittens instead of actual hands. I did not enable the speed draw. That was dumb of me. Should have done that. Too late in now to really do anything about it. The golden cheese. How would I present this? I think I'll just make it a cheese stick because that'll fit in the hand pretty decently. Some of that will be hidden, so I don't have to pay too much attention to all of this. I do need to simplify the vector lines just because it will make it a lot easier to work with. And then I'll do the same on the hat. There we go. Ah, I can also try the Sakura ball. Yes, the source of all knowledge will tell me this will be finished. Like an hour in, so I've got another hour before I have to finish for today. I feel like the thumb is probably sticking out a little much. Like I should have something more like this. I just feel that will actually kind of work. And it will be somewhat hidden, so I won't have to have a super like detailed thumb or anything. There we go. Yay, apparently. Through Orwella, it will be finished. At least I know the new responses are working and everything now, so that's a thing. I think if we go like this. So we need to go and we need to switch corner here. I mean, this is something. There we go. How does that look? I think it looks okay. Like, I'm not going to win any beauty contest with this excuse for a hand, but it looks enough like a hand. Recognisable enough like a hand. I still can't think, though, like, maybe the thumb should be on the other side or something. I guess, if we're holding something like that, and the, like, what'd you say? So it's wrapped around like that. I'm just trying to think now. So, that arm is to the camera. Can you see it? That arm is to the camera here. And then we've got, so that is basically, yeah, so around there, I believe you would see the, I'm a bit off camera. I believe you would see the thumb, like, on this side. I did think something just looked off about that. So it would be, yeah, it would be on the inside, something like this. Something like that. So the way I have done this is totally wrong, but at least I caught it. And at least this is all just one piece, so I can theoretically just delete control point a couple of times more here, and we have a hand. We also don't want to move it like that, but I did it anyway. That moves a whole arm. Wow, I did keep going with this line. And we are now definitely an hour in. But I'm making good progress with these hands. So we've got actually, so could I take the glove off just to check? Because I'm using my own hand, which are not the best reference, but they are a reference. So if we're looking at that, there's going to be an item here, like in the hand. Then we've got that curling round by the looks of it. Like, this isn't going to be the best reference, but from what I could see, yeah, there's like a natural bend inwards on the hand where it like attaches. So something I should try and capture. But I don't know, is it... Have I done something dumb and it's on like that side? No, so if we're looking at it this way... So there would be like a finger there and... It kind of comes out of the other side of the hand, I think. So like I've got it leaning in just totally the wrong way. So doing that was how it should be. And I am finally getting somewhere. I'm finally getting somewhere with it. Again, I think we can move that round a little more. So I guess it looks like something like this. Like it is grabbing the item, though that still looks too small. Need to get the reduced vector points because here I am just messing up bad. And again, it does like blocky it out a little, but that makes it easier to work with. There we go. So, yeah. Looks like we've got, also, from what I'm seeing... There we are. The hand looks off. It looks like badly off. I think part of the reason might be the arm, though. The hand is also small, but it exaggerates the arms, so I think I can win with it. I think if I maybe go like this... I could be doing worse. There we go. I don't know if this works or not. Yeah, it's going on about primary and backup streams. I do need to sort that, but it should still work for now. And I do need to save it. It's taking its time now. It hasn't dropped me frames. I can always count that as a plus. There we go. Actually, I think I know what to do here. To make this look slightly less just strange, I can delete this, these two control points on either side. There we are. I am not sure I'm doing this correctly at all. That's basically this whole stream. So how long are we in now? Almost 1 hour 10. I think actually, seeing how this falls together, I'm making decent time. Like, just looking back on it, it could have gone a lot worse than it did. At first it felt real slow, but since a while's gone, it's started falling into place. So we'll go add control point here. This will make it so I can, in theory, delete the other line. We'll go switch corner. So add another point. I am intending to use this much of a reference just because I want it to look somewhat like an actual human. We can go and we can split that line there. Such a thing will give us the correct idea, and there we go. Clean that up a little of just excess line art that's not needed. So this is the part that's going to be initially visible. So we want this, because it's at the camera, it's going to appear to be wider. Ah, there's so many vector points here. How did I get so many? And they're all corners as well. This is a new theorem developing at this point. Vector points just everywhere. Vector points all over me, get them off. So, here, I don't know, I have to get this at the right point so it just looks like it's supposed to look. This is almost there. Like, if I just straighten that up a little, that will kind of balance it out. And here we can go. I might as well just split that with View Acer, because I think it's going to do a better job than I could otherwise. I may, if I'm lucky, I'm not so sure it's going to happen, but if I'm lucky, I may get base colour today. The hand there is definitely going to be doing it. I'm not going to be doing the, what's it? So, if we get that, so just hand as a reference. So that should, yeah, so that kind of actually goes up like that again. Goes something like that. Now I'm going to have to add another vector point. I mean, hands are just tricky things to draw. Even when I'm cutting corners like this, I have to work to a time frame, so this doesn't take me an absolute age. Normal hands are just going to take too long. I can do them decently well, but it's one of those things that takes me a lot of correcting to do right. This thumb looks too big now. I could use the excuse of the thumb is buff, therefore it's got more muscle. Nah, it's not a very good excuse though. So we've got this. This is falling together now, I think. Is that... yeah, so I think, if I'm seeing this correctly, you kind of want that to go out a little, but not a lot. Like, that's probably one of the best things I can do right now. There we are. Can probably maneuver that a little. So I think that's like one of the best ways I'm going to manage this. So I think I need another vector point. I've been trying to think of other ways to add this, to tie this round. It just needs another vector point. There's not really another way I'm ever going to get this working. Then we can go... okay, so that's all one, but for some reason I've not got the corner switched, so it's just there we are. Is that going to work? I do not know. Just extend that outwards. So the cheese stick, as it's going to be, can actually look decent enough. So what have we got here? We've got that hand is going to be like out there, and I'm going to have to draw another thumb, I think. Or actually no, now I think about it, like, I know it's not very well presented, but there's going to be a thumb like just hanging out the base, I think. I think that's like how it lines up, and this is actually easier. This is good. This is optimal for me because I can just do this. Gonna need these to kind of blend together actually. So if we go split line like so. Split line, and this will go here. This will like attach to it. This will be our thumb. There we are. We have a thumb now. So the thumb is like hanging out there. We've got yeah, so I think I can see this. I think I can see where the vision must be. So we'll go add control point. And then we've got this, which doesn't look like it's supposed to at all for like the other part of the hand. I mean, they're going to be glove hands anyway, due to like time constraints. We'll go, nope, I didn't want to switch corner. Doesn't really matter anyway, I can go split line, delete. That's kind of like that. It's a claw hand. That's all I can call it. It is a claw hand. You know what? I don't hate a claw hand. When the time works for a claw hand, the time will work. Delete that. If I bend this line a little here, there we go. I do also have to like correct this as well, so split line, because there's no sleeve here like there was on the original, so it's going to take a slightly different approach to get it all tied together. That's not the best I've done, but I mean I could have done worse. There we are. I don't know what to make of this. Kind of looks like some Ban character with an arm like this. Which is not what I was going for. I'm looking on time for base colour actually. I deleted too much there. So I'm going to have to delete some bits of that to make it work. Also kind of make it look more like cheese. We have to... Also, this is probably the most notable area that needs something doing to it. Just to, you know, finish it off. Make it look like it's a final piece. The shoes are a bit of a joke, honestly. I know I can't draw shoes, but still. I can do better than this. I mean, I can't say I'm going to do much for colour, but I'm going to do a colour job before I get to the finish of this stream. Something looks like, actually, yeah, I think this, the end of this piece, just due to the overall movement, that can go slightly more to this direction. Wouldn't particularly hurt the design. Then I can do it here as well. Small adjustments that I think mean a lot to the overall design. So, this is Forza imitating The Sims by the sound of it. Just rotate that a little. So we'll pivot this. Sorry. Pivot that and then we'll go... I feel like this is probably a... This piece in general is probably too large, so... There we go. I feel like making Sakura a complete nightmare to draw has prepared me for this. This is a lot easier. There we go. Delete this extra one. There we go. I think that's okay. I can also change here a little. It's all falling together. Although I am about 1.5 hours in, and I need at least like 20 minutes, I feel, to do a process of colouring. I think if I bought this along a little here. Like this should help. Make it look like more like the design is supposed to look like. There we go. It's slightly better looking now. Just this angle I feel has done a lot to balance stuff out. Small things really. That makes a difference. I'll bring the template up in a moment to check something. So how long have we got? Just under 30 minutes. This is progressing though, like even if it doesn't look like it, just the overall proportions and design are progressing, I think, quite nicely to look how they're supposed to. Just all these small adjustments, that's what it takes really to make this look somewhat as the character should. I think I've done okay there. And then, as I say, I'm going to bring up the reference. So yes, this is going to be somewhat representational of what I'm going for, because I feel like I brought that side too far to the right, just in general. And I can follow this. This will give me like a much more realistic standard of how to make things look. There we go. So let's see. I could probably have done better, but at this point I'm going to take it. It looks okay. It looks good enough to me. And I need colour. So I can only go so far with the nature of how it fits, and I shouldn't mess with that. Like, it's almost there, basically. It almost falls into place as it should. And that's got loads of vector points again. Like, how does it happen that it just ends up being loads in the end? And did I delete the wrong thing? I think I might. But I can pull it through and make it work. I feel like also if I go just tiny adjustments. There we go. Okay, this is getting pretty close to completion now. Go and split this. I think this, if I move this one piece small amount. Hi, Radio. I'm doing, for lack of a better term, I'm making Elena the Temple of Cheese. Because She seems to have been here for every stream other than today for some reason, which is kind of like the worst moment. But I don't know. It was an idea I had. Trying to get onto colour today. Just started this. Started it just before the stream. Did a little bit of prep work. Yeah, it's just a standard design, but with a cheese stick and the Indiana Jones hat. That's what it is. There's also, I've got a few avatars. I've got, or two of them. I've got exclamation point cheese and exclamation point Sakura, which is the one for the bot I have got. They're the ones that I've made, so I just go on a chat and I'll try and enter it. So, no, sorry, it's avatars. I made a dumb mistake. But that's it. It's giving you the crewmate, which is just this random thing I want downloaded. But there is the Vocaloid pack as well, so they're the ones I've got. I do want to make an Aurello avatar, maybe a Toko one, but the Aurello one has got such complicated hair and I want more frames and everything to make it look nicer, so that's going to take a bunch of time. But they're the things that I have got. I also have changed the 8-ball and the slots. I think I put them in the description. So that's the new commands are there for those ones. Easier than me saying the whole thing. I think this is almost here. Like, as I say, I want 20 minutes to colour, so I stream for 2 hours usually. So, trying to make a bit of time for colour, and it's time consuming to a point. I won't get the full colour, just the base colour today, but 2 streams for like a complete image. I don't think that's too bad. I took, what this is, this base layer, I took the original screenshot from the movie, and I just basically traced over it to get the anatomy and stuff. Tried to make the character buff, which I am awful at. Could try making the hand a little larger, maybe, to balance it out. But yeah, I'm awful at drawing muscles. I tried. And I mean, I could have done worse, but I did try to make this look okay. I think shading will carry it, really. I don't think I need to draw out every line in detail there. Because I think, to be fair, I think the shading can carry it a long way in terms of just how it works. So, hopefully. Because it seems relevant, I'm going to try my new command. This is my keyboard I've had for many years. I don't know if it shows this beige board here. I think you might see a corner of it on the camera. And I'm gambling cheese. Does it show? Yes, the slot machine appears with the cheese, gambling cheese. I don't know. I just realised that I had the cheese avatar and I'm gambling cheese. Does that mean I'm gambling myself? Things are happening. I should really close the emoji window. It's like taking up half the chat. Don't know. It doesn't want to close the emoji window. Okay, I'll leave it. I could give myself loads of hearts and a little like live thing. I could just do that for myself. So this is a cheese stick. I think the skirt is about as done as I'm going to get it. The shoes I am pitiful at the shoes. And I'm running out of time to sort them. So, we've got this, something like that's supposed to be there. Which, in turn, maybe if I move this... I'm kind of getting it now. So if I move that, like, right here... Obviously I'm going to trim it because it just doesn't look right like this, but... That's better. I can trim this whole thing if I need to. So we're going to go split line. So if we go there. Like this connecting up here, that should be working. So we've got the shoes, I think, need to go lower at the back, which I have not done. Can try shifting that into 2, I think. Split line. There we go. Add control point. It's giving me... Yeah, it's giving me that same warning about like primary and backup streams. It always seems to give me that. And I should probably do something about it, but I haven't done that yet. Okay, I think this is less bad than it could be in terms of overall look and stuff. I could have done a lot worse. Yes, just getting the hyper focus, so I cannot talk when I'm like this. And I should be able to. But it's tricky. There we go. That shoe looks kind of like a shoe. Gotta get the vector simplification tool. Talk about sorting this out. So I think they're closer to the end. I've got like 15 minutes to just finish off these shoes and colour. Got I think we can rotate this. I think that should work. There we go. Delete control point. It is capturing audio, I think, yeah. Wait, has the playlist finished? I had music. It has finished, okay. I don't know, I can just play it from the start. For now, that's what I got. Oh dear. Don't know, does it? Go like that? I think that's okay. So we've got, okay. And there we go. Maybe I could move that. So we've got yeah, so that shoe isn't too bad, but I do have to try and work this out. There we are. This is going to have to work. Okay, so we've got that. I can try and work this out. Maybe I'll get 10 minutes. No, I won't get 10 minutes. I'm going to need to simplify this. Oh, hi Elena. I've been making you an image. It is Indiana Elena or whatever, and the Temple of Cheese. And I'm trying to rush to get the colour in. Like I've tried my best on the line art, but I don't want to spend too long on this today. I'll probably do it next week anyway. But anyway, this is what I got. I mean, I'm probably messing up these shoes. Like, I'm trying. I've got this one image that was on Discord. That's what I got to go off, so I know what the shoes look like. I'm just terrible at drawing them. And I don't want that. Like, I made another dot there I don't want. Split the line. Okay, I should be able to get some base colour in if this goes as I'm hoping. Got a few minutes left to do the colour. Oh, also, I did a thing. I should be able to gamble now. Well, it's slots, but I changed the name. The hat needs, like, that erasing. The hat is how you know this is a special version. Also, it's, yeah, it's just something I thought, like, why not keep this? Because it doesn't really hurt to do the hat. Yeah, there are indeed shoes. But, I'm not good. Like, the hands even as well, because I want this to be done in a somewhat timely fashion. I cut corners. Like, they look legible enough as hands, I think, but they are still like little mittens, not actually fully detailed hands. But no less, if I can get the line art done, this is a cheese stick. It doesn't look like a cheese stick, but it is a cheese stick. Oh, I deleted too much. That is a cheese stick. Can probably delete that part. There we go. Now cheese stick is being called. Ah, I deleted too much. This is at the high res as well, so everything looks good. My PC does not like this res, but I'm somehow not getting drop frames, so it's all good. Okay, so now I have like 5 minutes until I've decided to finish, so I don't know, maybe I can keep going for longer. Give a little. I don't know, did the gamble work? I tried. So we've got colour, we're going to have to make a new layer. I think you should be able to see this on stream. This is going to be called... This is going to be called base colour. Cheese sticks, yeah. We don't like cheese sticks here anymore. Not right now. I mean, I thought, I don't know what to do at the moment, but we know there's a boulder here. I thought there was 3 things that could go here instead of an actual boulder. It could be like oatmeal raisin cookie dough. It could literally be an evil Elena face on a boulder. Or blue cheese. Like, they're the 3 things I thought that I could use for the boulder. I think, does that? I don't know. I think it looks fine. So, base colour. I mean, because I'm rushing this right now, I would usually get fancy RGB values for, what you call it, the cheddar or whatever, but You know, I only have so much time. I think I'll try and find just a fairly nice yellow. Is that? No. I'm using the eraser. I shouldn't be doing it that way. If I use that as a, a reference layer, I should be able to go with a base colour, make that larger. Is this, yeah. That looks a little green. So we'll go make that huge. Does have to be a huge pen size. And it lags too. Yeah, oatmeal. I mean, I thought of doing that because it's like, that's the kind of like trap someone truly evil would set. Just have a giant oatmeal raisin cookie chasing Elena out of the Temple of Cheese. Like, I don't know, I can't think of a better name than the Temple of Cheese. And I mean, I did think of, on the template layer, I literally just had a normal cheese triangle, but I figured a cheese stick would work better, it would just fit in the hand better. So that's how I ended up at that decision. I will be doing the colour on this next week, so I just want to get like the base colour. I mean, to be honest, I might just use the fill bucket tool. If it works quickly enough and doesn't take an age, which it could do. I think I've at least sealed up these lines. If this crashes, I don't know. I should have saved. I don't think it's going to crash my system. This system is pretty stable, but if there's like a hole anywhere in this line art, it'll fill the entire canvas with cheese. Oh, that's what happens. I read evil on the chat and then I said... yeah, the temple. No, it's the Temple of Cheese, because that's like the parody of the Indiana Jones. I think it was Temple of Doom or whatever. So that's why I call it the Temple of Cheese. Yeah, like something's happening here. I don't know if it lets me open something else. Here's something I've been working on. I mean, I don't know what's going on with it taking ages now, but as I say, I will return to it next week. It is at the stage I can throw some colour on here and it will look decent. I should have just used the brush instead of going to the fill bucket tool and likely messing all this up. Yeah, like, this doesn't want to open. It can take a while. Yeah, okay. I'll probably be finishing here just because it's about 2 hours. Clip Studio Paint is having a bit of a panic attack now, so who knows how long. This might take half an hour to recover. Probably not, but it's going to take a bit of time to recover, and, you know, I'll just be burning time for no real reason at this point. So, I'll be leaving it here for today. Yeah, but I mean, I've had this stuff. Like, I'm literally running over 80,000 pixels in both directions. Clip Studio Paint was not made for this. Like, it maxes out at 50,000 by 50,000 pixels. I found a way to make it higher than that, but it does not like being higher than that. Anyway, say night. Say not night. It's kind of morning here. Say goodbye for now. It's I will be here next week, and I will finish this image, provided like I can like actually save the image, because I don't save as much as I should. And yes, I will finish it then. So, goodbye.